Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Cat by Nagendra. So now let's see this sketch-based features toolbar. Next options we are having here multi-section solid, and one more we are having remove multi-section solid. So multi-section solid is nothing but we are able to add material between two different profiles which are at different heights. Now let's say for example on base we are having one shape, and with some height we are having one more shape. So if you want to create any profile at some distance, directly we are not able to create on this empty space. So here we use help of reference elements. So in reference elements we'll be having point, line, again plane. Now first we'll go here with point. Just we'll see how to use these options. Just we are able to create here 3D point. Usually if you want to create one point or line, definitely we need to enter into sketch on any one plane, then we need to create point or line. But here directly we are able to create 3D elements, that is nothing but reference elements. Now I'll click on point. We are able to create point by using different ways. So by using coordinates we are able to give. Now let's say for example with reference to x-axis at how much distance you want to create that the ready point, or with reference to y direction how much distance you want, and with reference to z how much distance you want. Once if I say okay, that point will be created with the given parameters like this. Let me go back by using Ctrl plus Z. I'll make it isometric here. Again point. Next we are having here on curve. So if you are having any curvature, directly you are able to create on curve. Now let's say for example on this front plane we are having one curvature. Let me create one circle. So if you want to create one point exactly on this curve, we can go here with on curve somewhere here. So we are able to specify where you want that point exactly like this. So wherever we want, we are able to create one 3D point on the curvature like this. Then next we are having on plane. So for example, I need to create one point on this top plane. So with reference to this, horizontally how much distance you want and vertically how much distance you want. Wherever we want, we are able to create one point on that plane. Then on surface. So if we are having any proper surface, on surface we can create directly. Then if you want to create one center point exactly of circle, sphere or ellipse, we can use this. Then tangent on curve we can create, or by using between 2 points also we are able to create. Let's say for example I need to create one point between these two, extra point will be created here. Like this we are able to create by using this 3D points in a different ways. Then just I'll go back. Next we are having here 3D line. Just I'll click on line. Line also we are able to create in different ways by using point to point. Now for example first point is this origin point. One more point we are having somewhere. So if you want to add one line between 2 points, we can use point to point. So point 2 we don't have here. Just I will create one point by using mouse right click. I need to create one point. Again same options we are able to see. Now in the place of this x-axis, I need in reverse direction somewhere here. Then with reference to z, I need somewhere here like this. Now directly in between the 2 points, one line is going to create here exactly like this. That is by using point and point, you are able to create one line profile. Then point and direction. Let's say for example, I need to create one line by using this point from here. In which direction? I need to create one like this with reference to x-axis. I'll click on this y direction. We are able to add material, or we are able to add this line profile in that direction. So like that, different options we are having. So according to our requirement, one by one we'll see in future tutorials. So just I'll close this line. Then just I'll go back by using Ctrl plus Z. Next we are having here plane. So plane also we are able to create in different ways. First option we are having offset from plane. So offset from plane is nothing but with reference to any existing plane, we are able to create one more plane with a distance. Let's say for example, reference I will select this top plane. as you can see, we are able to specify how much distance you want to create one plane like this. That plane either you want to create upside or downside, reverse direction. Then let me give some 50 here. With reference to this top plane, we are able to create one plane with a height of 50. Now, just if I say OK, we are able to create only one plane. Now let me edit that plane by double clicking on that. Here, whenever we are having equal height with multiple planes, directly we can go here with repeat object after OK. So just if I click turn on this and if I say OK with the distance of 50, still how many we want extra, it will ask here. Now let's say for example I need some 3 extra planes along with that. Just if I say OK, as you can see, with the equal height of 50, total extra planes of 3 and original one, total we are able to create 4 planes at a time like this. Then just I'll go back. That is about offset from plane. Then parallel through point we can create. Let's say for example, reference I am having this and we are having one point. Just I'll create one point somewhere here on this plane. Let me create some here. If I say OK, with reference to this plane at this particular point, we are able to create this plane like this. That is parallel through point. Again, angle normal to plane is there. This is very important option. So we are able to create inclined planes. So just we'll go to see this. I'll click on plane. We need here angle normal to plane. I'll click on that. Then rotation axis we need to select. So if we select the rotation axis of Z axis, plane will be rotated like this. In this direction we are able to get inclination. If I select rotation axis as this Y axis, plane will rotate like this. Then if I select X as rotation axis, plane will get rotation like this. Now rotation axis, let me select this Z axis. Reference, from where we need inclination. Let's say for example I need inclination with reference to this plane. Now you are able to give angle how much you want like this. So with reference to that Z axis only it will get rotation, and how much inclination we want we are able to give angle here like this. Then again I'll use same angle normal to plane. I need to create one plane like this in this direction. So rotation axis will be this X axis. I need inclination from this top plane. So how much we will give inclination here? With that much inclination it will get rotate like this. Let's say for example I need properly 45 degrees, and if I say OK, properly with inclination of 45 degrees, one plane will be created here. So directly we can go for sketch and we can draw whatever we want. Then we can add material by using this pad like this. So with inclination we can add material by using this angle normal to plane. So like this we are able to use this different options. So in future tutorials we are going to see according to our requirement this planes. Just I'll go back. So that is about this reference elements. Now let's go back to this multi-section solid. So multi-section solid is nothing but we can add material between two profiles which are at different heights. Let's say for example on the top plane, I'll go for sketch. We are having one center point rectangle like this. Exit workbench. Then I need one more plane with some distance somewhere here. So directly we are not able to create that shape somewhere here with the distance. So we need some proper support. So to create that support, we will use here plane. So reference plane. I need with reference to this top plane with some distance. Let's say for example, I need with the dimension of some 40. Just I'll make it isometric. I'll make fit. Now on this plane, directly I can go for sketch. So directly if I go for sketch on that plane, whatever the sketch we are going to draw, that it will come at this height. Now let me go for sketch. Let's say for example, here also we are having one square. Exit workbench. Now, if we want to add material between these two profiles at a time, directly we can go here with multi-section solid. First, we need to select sketch profiles between which sketches we need to add material. So I need to add material between this sketch to this sketch. Just if I go for preview, properly material will be added in between the two sketches like this. So in this way, you can use this multi-section solid when we are having same shapes at different heights. Let me go back. Now, in the place of this upper rectangle, let's say for example, we are having one circle. So just I will select and I'll delete that. In the place of rectangle, if I create one circle, exit workbench. Now, same multi-section solid between circle to the square. If I go for preview, it is showing error here. So directly we are not able to add material between these two profiles at a time like this, what we have did before. Why? Because before we are having same shapes, but we are having now different shapes. Directly we can't create this multi-section solid here. As you can see, different options we are having here. First we are having guides. So guides is nothing but if we are having already existing supports between these two different sketches, that we call it as guides. If we are having already existing supports, that we call it as guides. Then spine is nothing but whenever we are having a single support between these two sketches, that single support we call it as spine. Then coupling is nothing but we need to create here supports. So whatever the supports we are going to create by using this multi-section solid here itself, that it will come under coupling. Then relimitation will be there. So at 10 sections we are able to manage material by using these two options. Now let me cancel this. Now just I'll click on again here multi-section solid. Here we don't have any proper supports between these two. So if we want, we can create reference lines here as guide shapes, and we can directly use here guide options, but no need to create outside only. Inside only we'll create by using this couplings. Now just I'll click on this multi-section solid. So let me click on multi-section solid. So we need to create here material between these two different sketches. So here sketches we need to select. We are going to create supports by using these couplings. So whenever you want to create couplings, how many endpoints we are having, that many couplings we need to create. Now already we know for rectangle we are having here 4 endpoints. So we need to create 4 couplings. Then one more thing you need to remember here. If you want to create coupling, both endpoints should be present. It means for rectangle we are having endpoints, but for circle we don't have any points. But to create coupling we need 2 points. Now in which profile we are not having points, that points we need to create. So whenever you are going to create multi-section solid, on which profile we need to create points, that profile should be selected first. Let's say for example, for this profile we need to create points. So just we need to click on first circle. Then second profile we need to select this rectangle. As you can see, for both profiles will be having closing points. Here one more thing you need to remember, that both closing points should be on the same coupling. Now let me keep on this top view. Once if I keep on top view, as you can see, this closing point and this closing point are not straight like this. So this should be somewhere here. So here it is in wrong position. So what we will do, just this closing point mouse right click, we will remove that. Then as you can see, we have selected two sketches. Closing point on sketch 1 is there, and on sketch 2 we have removed. Again we need to create that. So why we have removed means this is not straight to this. So just here mouse right click, we need to go here with create closing point. Click on create closing point. We need to create one closing point with reference to existing closing point here. So once if I select this, as you can see, properly one point is going to create straight to this like this. Let's say okay. Now you can see both closing points are straight one by one like this. Then we need to go here with coupling. So again in coupling we will be having different options. Ratio is nothing but with sharp edges we will get. Tangency means with tangency relation we will get. Again like the tangency, then curvature will be there, vertices will be there. So always we need to keep in ratio. Then click on this coupling. We need to create one coupling between this first closing point to second closing point. So here also, whatever the sketch profile we have selected first, you need to select the first point on this first sketch. So just I'll click on this closing point 1. Then I will click on this closing point 2. Properly one coupling will be added. So why this coupling means just it will act as supports between these two sketches. Then click on coupling. Same like this, still we need to create extra 3 couplings. So just we can go for add. So already we know that to create coupling we need 2 endpoints. On rectangle we are having endpoint, but on circle we don't have. We need to create that. For that, on closing point mouse right click, go with create point. We need to create one more point with reference to this existing point. So it will show like a dotted circle with red color. Just if I click here, straight to this one point will be created on this circle. Say OK. Select the same point on this rectangle. Again coupling, add, mouse right click, create point with reference to this existing point. Just I'll go on this point. Straight to that I want, select the same point. One more coupling will be added. Again coupling, add, mouse right click, create point with reference to this point, say OK, select the same point. Now as you can see, all 4 couplings created. Just if I go for preview, directly material will be added properly like this. So in this way you are able to add material between 2 different sketches by using this multi-section solid. Same one more, I'll take one example. So just from here I need one more plane at some distance. Let me create one plane like this. On this plane again I'll go for sketch. Let's say for example again we are having one square like this. Exit workbench. Then this circle sketch we wanted. So just I will go for sketch here again. And instead of drawing that circle and instead of giving dimensions, just I'll use project 3D elements to extract the edges like this. Then exit workbench. Now we need to add material between these 2 sketches. Same again I'll go for multi-section solid. Here already we are having existing points for circular profile also. So now no need to create that extra coupling points. So directly you can select whatever the sketch we want. Why? Because we don't want to create any extra points. So directly I can select this square to this circle. Then again one thing you need to observe here. Closing point for square we are having at this end, but closing point for circle we are having somewhere here. It should be straight to this like this, or else with taper twisted for surface we will get here. So always we need to maintain both closing points should be in a straight manner. Now instead of removing and creating, just we can replace here. Why? Because already we are having one more point here. But in before case we don't have any existing point, so only we need to remove and we need to create with reference to this. Now already one point is there with reference to that, directly we can go for replace with this. So both closing point will be on the same thing. Just I will go for coupling, keep it ratio. We need to add between closing point 1 to closing point 2. Again this point to this point, this point to this point, again this to this. Directly we are able to create couplings. If I show preview, properly material will be added like this. So like this we can add material between 2 different profiles by using this multi-section solid. I hope you have understood this. Then next we are having remove multi-section solid opposite to this. Same procedure, same operation. So by using multi-section solid, we are able to add material. By using this remove multi-section solid, we are able to remove material. Now let's say for example on this face, I'll take it reverse now. So just I'll draw one square here. Then let me hide this plane. Mouse right click. Then these points also we need to hide. So if you want to hide all points or all planes at a time, you can go here with tools. We need to hide. We need to hide all points. All points will get hidden directly. Now again, for example, on this base, we are having one sketch. Just I'll make it here fit and I'll create one circle here. So now we need to remove material between that square to circle here. So just we can go here with remove multi-section solid, same procedure. So on which profile we need to create points, that profile should be selected first. Then second profile is this. Then closing point on this circular profile we will remove. Then again here mouse right click, we will create closing point with reference to this existing closing point. Say OK. As you can see, straight to that it will be created. We'll go for couplings. So we'll keep it ratio. We need to add coupling between first closing point to second closing point. Then next point we need to create here. So coupling we need to add here in the place of coupling point. We need to create one extra point. So mouse right click, create point with reference to this existing point. Say OK. Select the same point on the square. One more coupling will be added. Same we will repeat the process. Create point, reference to this end point. OK. With reference to this. Then again coupling, add, mouse right click. We need to create one point with reference to this end point. Let's say OK. Then select the same point. Properly couplings will be created. If I go for preview, material will be removed like this. So just let me go here with dynamic sectioning to see the proper cut section view like this. So upside we are having square, downside we are having circle. Like this we are able to add or remove material by using this multi-section solid or remove multi-section solid options. I hope you have understood about these sketch-based features. So if any doubts you have regarding these options, please let me know in comment box. Thanks for watching. Keep supporting